to Mama Cat's home. Today for Fall Food Friday with Fallon, that's the way I say it anyway, it's actually with Moss Family TV and lots of other ladies, and I know one gentleman that Fallon started this a few years ago. The first year she just did it herself and didn't invite anyone to collab because it was her first year filming, as far as I know. Anyway, I've watched every one of her videos, but the last 3 years, 2 prior to this one, and this year she has invited anyone who wants to join the collab. And this is just turned into a lot of different ladies, and like I said, one gentleman who are participating this year. Normally she does it in October, but this year she decided to do it in September, and I'm really glad she did because I want to do Croctober next month. So I'm going to be doing a favorite fudge is what it's called, and it's from this little, like a fundraiser cookbook that everyone puts together their recipes, or church cookbook, something like that. It's one that I had gotten from a thrift store or somebody gave to me. I'm not exactly sure where it came from. I've had it for a long time. But there's a fudge recipe in here, and Noah said he wanted fudge, so I thought, I haven't done a dessert. I've done something that could be a dessert, but it's really a breakfast kind of thing. I did the muffins, but I haven't done any type of dessert for this Fall Food Friday this year. I have never actually participated until this year, and I'm really having fun doing it. So I'm going to bring you guys out of my cabinet, and I'm going to share with you the 5 ingredients that go in this fudge. It's only 5 ingredients, y'all. So what you will need is, now this is the spreadable butter with olive oil and sea salt in it. You can use butter or margarine. All of my sticks of butter are frozen right now, so I'm going to be using this. A half a cup of butter or margarine. 1 cup of light brown sugar. All I have is this darker brown sugar. Yeah, it's dark brown sugar, but that's okay. I'm going to do it anyway. 1/4 cup of regular milk. 3/4 cup of brown sugar, which I have icing sugar on my thing because I just thought that was cuter. And actually it calls for 1 cup of chopped walnuts, but we're going to use pecans unless I decide to pull in pecans and walnuts. I haven't decided that yet. So I'm going to probably switch over to voiceover for the rest of this video. And the reason why is because if I move my camera too much, it makes weird noises. I either need a new type of thing to hold it or a new camera. I don't know which one. But when I put it into this, it makes horrible noises, and I don't enjoy that. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything measured out, and then I'm going to start putting it together and show you just how simple it is to make this. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is measure out the 1/2 cup of butter. I think that I made a huge mistake by using this type with olive oil in it because my fudge did not harden as much as it should have. It's really soft, but it still tastes delicious and can be eaten with a spoon or fork or whatever. But I'm still going to show you this because it's still good, it just didn't harden. So next time, I don't care if my butter is frozen or not, I will soften it and use just butter. Okay, so here you're going to see me go ahead and butter the 8x8 pan. You need to do this so that it won't stick whenever it actually hardens properly, and it just pops right out of the pan. But as you'll see, mine does not do that anyway. And I did actually butter it way too much. I didn't have to go that far up. You only really need to go about halfway up if you have a pan this size. Okay, so now I'm going to measure the 1 cup of brown sugar. The little thing you see me take out is a terracotta disc, and some are called sugar bears, things like that. They keep your brown sugar from hardening, and I can say I've been using this one for, I don't know, 8 months or more, and I love it. Every few months you have to take it out and soak it in some water and it just keeps your brown sugar soft. I found it on Amazon for less than $5. And now I'm gonna measure my 1/4 cup of milk. And as far as I know, you're just supposed to use regular milk, no special evaporated or anything like that. Now you'll see me wrestle with my confectioner's sugar holder or jar, whatever you want to call it. I love these jars, and I can tell you right now they are very well sealed because I have to fight with them to get them opened. So this is 3/4 cup of powdered sugar or confectioner sugar, icing sugar, whichever one you want to call it, because I know people call it different things in different places. But these jars, I got them from Walmart, they seal really well, and they have a very, very good suction whenever you try to open them up. And I decided to just use pecans, and I'm going to measure out a cup of those. A little later, you won't see this, but a little later, Selena cut them up for me while I was doing the other parts that you will see. So she was a sweetheart and chopped them up for me so I wouldn't have to. I had a bit of a mishap with the powdered sugar. You're supposed to sift it, and I messed up. So I did it kind of off camera, and then I was like, okay, forget this. Or I actually did it on camera, but y'all didn't want to see that mess. So I just used my little whisk and kind of broke up the clumps and was like, I'm not going to fight with this. Because I don't actually have a sifter. I just have like the sieves is what we've always called them, or sieves is what we've called them. So yeah, I had a powdered sugar mess to clean up. Okay, so now we're going to get this going, the cooking part. You're actually probably supposed to use a different type of pan that I'm using, but I like to use this because it is non-stick and I have an easier time pouring it into the 8x8 pan in the end. Plus, it's so much easier to clean. I don't know if I even said that. I probably did because that's the thing. You don't want to scrub this stuff out of something else. But it's easier to clean. Forget the powdered sugar all over the floor and everywhere else. And it is easier to mix everything and keep it at a steady temperature. For me anyway. I don't know about anyone else. But I've never had a problem with a pan like this before. So I think it was the butter's fault. Gonna blame it on the butter. I didn't even tell you what I'm doing. First of all, I'm going to melt the butter in the saucepan, and as soon as it's melted, then I will go on to the next step. Okay, so the next step is I put the brown sugar in and I cook it over low heat for 2 minutes. You'll see me reach over and set my timer in just a moment. But I've also got a habit of putting everything dirty in the sink while I'm doing this so that I don't have things in my way. But I do set a timer for 2 minutes after I get this a little combined. There I go, I'm doing it now. Okay, so after 2 minutes, it should look something like this, and I slowed this down again just so you can see this. Now is the point where you add your milk, and then you let it cook until it starts to boil, and then you stop the cooking. I don't know if I've said this, but you are to stir this continuously while it's cooking. The whole time you're supposed to be stirring this, and I don't know if I told you guys that, but I have now. As soon as you start seeing the bubbles, you turn it off and then you let it sit and get to room temperature, and don't do anything else until it has gotten there. Once it has gotten to room temperature, it kind of looks like this. It kind of looks like it cracked and everything else. We decided we wanted to add some chocolate, so now we have 6 ingredients. So we put 2 tablespoons of the cocoa in, which is what a lot of different fudge recipes call for, so that's why we decided to do that. This is unsweetened baking cocoa, that's all it is. And we added that along with the 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, and then you stir it with a wooden spoon until all of it is mixed up and it has a fudge-like consistency. I saw at this point there was probably going to be a problem, but I just went ahead and went on with it. But it did not thicken like it should have, and I do believe it was the olive oil in it. Big mistake. Won't do that again. Hopefully that was the problem anyway. But at the point where it is fudge-like, you add your nuts of choice, and then you pour it into your 8x8 buttered pan and you refrigerate it until it is firm, which mine never got to, and you will see soon. Okay, so I wanted to show it to Jeff before he left for work, so I decided I'd cut it. Even though it had been in there so many hours, you can see it did not set up, but that's okay. It's a great ice cream topping. It tastes wonderful. There's zero problems with that part. It just didn't set up. I don't know if it was the olive oil or what. Maybe it's Alabama weather. I've heard people say that candies can be messed with that kind of stuff. I don't know. Either way, it tastes delicious. If you guys want to try it, don't use the same kind of butter I did, because that's the only thing that I can think of that would have caused this problem. I don't know what else would have happened. But maybe I didn't cook it long enough. Maybe I cooked it too long. I don't know. But if you would like to try the recipe, I will have it in the description below, along with the playlist. As soon as Fallon gets the one out, I will actually put all 3 of the other playlists for the other 3 weeks in the description as well, if you would like to check those out. Like I said, there's a lot of people who are doing this collab this time, and there's tons of wonderful recipes. So if you guys would like to go check out Fallon's channel, go ahead and subscribe to mine if you like what you see. Also hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload. Leave me a comment down below. Have you ever had this kind of fail before? Because you know what? It's alright. Fails can sometimes become fabulous. Either way, we're happy with our fudge topping. Thank you again for watching. Remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.